Notary to Notary, and I am here with none other than Stephanie Hayden of Richmond, Virginia. How are you?
I am wonderful. What about yourself?
Awesome. I'm super excited because I want everyone to hear your story of how you got started in Notary to Notary, how the training helped you, and where you are now. So we can jump right in. So what do you do, or what were you doing before you became a notary?
Because my whole goal is to work for myself and only myself. So, as I said, I was a cost analyst, and now I am a notary as well. My name of my business is Hayden Virginia Mobile Notary Public, and I'm out of Innsbruck at off of Cox Road in Richmond, Virginia.
Awesome. So you did come to the class. We had the in-person classes. You came to those first and then registered and got the online portal as well. So what would you say, as far as the class goes, what would you say was some of the major things that you've learned? What were the benefits of it? Would you recommend it to others? What would you say?
Okay, I would say when I saw the post on Facebook, yes, I wanted to be a notary, but I didn't know it was going to just happen this fast. I didn't know it was, I didn't know. I just said, okay, I want to be a notary. And I came to Vanessa's class. At first, I started off, probably the first week, I didn't do anything. She was telling us, but I was slowly going with it. So finally, I was like, okay, Stephanie, she's giving me step by step. So I started off, I registered, I got sworn in. Then that same day, I think I joined her mentoring bonus class that we can go to. Once you pay to do that, then you can go to it on and on and on. So I thought that was the benefit of that, was not having to pay each time I go. So I recommend that you do it that way. That way you know you're locked in, and because you paid to do it, you will attend and not waste your money. So I did that. Once I did that, learning from Vanessa, I showed up every week. I did what she said. And then when I got to the point where I need to get out there. I was scared at first because I never had done anything like that. So I was like, Vanessa, I need to ride with you, go with you. And finally I was like, you know what? If I make a mistake, I always can just correct it. So I jumped into it, and once I jumped into it, it's just been like phenomenal.
Yay! So what are you doing now? Like, how many signings do you usually do? Like a week? How many companies are you working for? What would you say is where you are now?
I started off, it was just like maybe three a week, something like that. And then I was doing stuff on the side as well when they called. And the Tool.com, I broke a record of 500 kits within 1 or 2 days. And I think that's been a great part of my success too, being 1 or 2 when they Google for notary. Everyone that has called me has said, you're like the first or second one on the page. And I was like, what? So that was exciting. What was your question again, Vanessa? I'm sorry.
Well, how many signings or notary appointments do you have now, like on average?
Okay. Now, I do on an average of 2 a day. This week it doesn't start until tomorrow. I got those in advance, so my scheduling has now become where before the next week come in, I have appointments on my books. So tomorrow I have 2, and the next day I have 2. Friday is still open. But usually on the end of tomorrow, I'll start getting hits, and I'll click to work on Friday.
And how quick would you say the appointments are when you do a signing or a notary appointment?
Now I can do them in closing. I can do it in 45 minutes. Before it was like an hour and 15, 20. And I have learned now that I have more than one, when I get to a closing and they want to read all of it, like word from word, I tell them they have 3 days. They have 3 days to decide if they want to cancel.
Mhm.
So they can take their time and read everything word from word. And should they decide not to, then they can. But most of the time, once I tell them that, and then they know that I have another appointment behind them, they say, okay, 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 honey. That's what they usually say, because it's a husband and wife usually. Okay, honey, we got to get through this. She got to go to the next appointment. You're reading a little bit too much. But if you
Aw.
allow them, I think if you allow them, and they should read everything, but
Mhm.
if you allow them just to lollygag, sometimes they think that's all you have to do is just them. So
Mhm.
they'll talk between each other, and they'll, just go really, really, really slow. But you learn that as you go along, what to do and what not to do. Because the
Mhm.
first one I had like that, oh, I was there every bit of 2 hours.
Oh
And
God.
I was like, yes, they read every word. So
Mm-mm.
now I know, like on the HELOCs and the home equity, they already get those packets. So when I call them, I tell them, you already have your packet. If you could go ahead and look at that very, all the way through. So when I get there, we can just just do the signing part. And so far they've been doing that. And when they get ready to sign, they might check a few things here and there. But for the most part, they say, and I'll say, have you read it? Yeah, girl, we read that last night when you told us to go ahead and go over the packet. So it's all in, you learn
Good.
small little things as you go along. But at first I was like so nervous, but it's nothing to be nervous at. They have that information. It's right in front of you. They're reading it with you. So
Mhm.
just just do it.
That's good. So, we
Yeah.
always say like our notary training is basically saying that you can make as much money as you want, but we gauge that most notaries in Virginia, that's where we're based out of, make between $2,000 and $6,000 a month. Now, is that something that you see yourself making?
Exactly. Yes, yes, definitely. As the weeks go, I see where from the first week I started to now how it has increased. And I also noticed that when I first started, at first I was like, oh no, I'm not taking that because of what they were offering me. But
Mhm.
then I was like, I'll never learn if I say no to everything.
Yeah.
So finally I said, within a day or two, I noticed that. So I said, okay, let me just take them. And I noticed once I got to 5, then that they started increasing my money. And I worked with Sunshine, ENS, um, Coast to Coast,
Mhm.
and about 3 other title companies. I can't think right off the bat. I'm a little nervous.
And do you use the notary assist to keep track of your signings and when you?
Yes, I do. And then you definitely have to do that because you'll lose track of it. It's like coming in so fast, and I didn't expect for it to move this fast, but it's moving fast. And if I don't do that and log into your book, that's what's keeping me on track too. Logging into that book, because if I didn't do that, when I go back, it's like, okay, who did I work? Where did I go? Because it's not like one.
Yeah,
The
it's
first
a
week I could.
it's a
It's
lot.
a lot. It's a
You have
lot.
to keep
So,
track.
but then notary assist is really good. It really keeps you track of everything that you need
Mhm.
to know about when your money is coming in. I go there every day. Okay, so let me see what check I'm gonna get today.
Really? And it feels good to get paid all the time, right? It's not like a Friday,
Yes,
it's whenever. Like you go to
right,
your mailbox, checking your email because you get paid all the time. And that's one of the great
right,
things that I love. I love that you get paid all the time and you have time freedom. You can accept jobs and then you can decline jobs. And it's
exactly.
on your schedule. And that's the one thing that I push on people, like this is getting your time back, you know?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So let me
And
ask
I
you this.
just
Everyone always says this. So when I know that you didn't have your notary license when you started. So when you think of being a notary initially, when someone says, "Oh, be a notary," did you think that notaries made this much money?
No, I didn't. Because we always go to the banks to get whatever we need to get done. But we're different because we're mobile. So no, I didn't. I was like, I just didn't. I didn't think of all the different things that you can do as a notary. It's not just closings you can do. And so you can decide what you want to make as a notary. You really can.
So what would you say as like advice for someone who's debating about joining the program and who doesn't really know if being a notary is going to be beneficial to them? If you were to tell them one piece of advice, what would that be?
If you're wanting to do notary, that's in whatever you want to do, as an extra income or just as your income. Um, be the best at it, and being the best at it, you have to invest in yourself, and investing in yourself is what I did as being a mentor, having Vanessa as my mentor and doing her training class, which now I thought I had plenty of time to go through the training. Now I have to find time to go through the training. But you have to invest in yourself, and you have to know exactly what you want. 'Cause if you know what you want, you're going to push yourself to get to that point.
Now, as a notary, you make what, $100 rough ballpark estimate for each closing that you do. And if you do a closing, if you do 2 or 3 closings a day, that's $300 you made for that day. So wouldn't you say that it's worth the investment of joining to learn it, because you're going to make so much more money after that? And it's not, my biggest thing is it's not sales. People always think that, oh, I don't want to do sales. And it's not sales. It's literally just, it's a little bit of marketing, because you want to make sure you're able to be found online and, you know, reaching out to different title companies and loan companies, but it's not like a sales pitch, because they need you anyway. So it's not sales, it's marketing. But it's worth it at the end of the day, because you're only investing $300 or $150, and you're going to make that back in a day.
And it starts off, it's just like when you get a new job. Don't you have, 2 weeks in the hole or whatever? So you don't get paid. So just remember, once you get through your 2 week to 30 days, the next month, that's when you'll be smiling and jumping. Because now, because I still work a full-time job, I get paid every week here. So guess what? My notary hit my account the same time. So this weekend past, I got my closings. I got all that money from coast to coast. I had done a lot with them. And so that money hit my account. My check hit my account. All my checks hit my account from everything that I do. I was like really excited, because that was money. At first, you think about it, you say, oh gosh, I'm not going to get paid until 2 weeks later, 30 days later. What? That's a long time. But if you're working and busy, you don't even, the month went by so fast. I was like, wow, that wasn't that bad. Because now what I did last month, all that money is coming in. So then, because I'm doing more and more, so next month, more checks are going to come, more deposits. So, and then whatever else I decide as I'm going along, I'm trying to find other stuff that I can do as well. So it's great. I would say do it. It's a good, somebody told me, oh, you got a good side hustle. I said, right now you can call it side, but this is pretty much going to be a full time for me.